I've been charged with felony, and my case still fight on the court. The state attorney want me to plead guilty on third felony.
What is the felony for?
I've been charged failed to file tax return, but actually, so I used to have the restaurant and the sales tax, like 7%.
So sales tax issue. Okay. How much sales tax were you charged as failing to pay?
$25,000.
Okay. That possibly could be a fraud offense, and if it's a fraud offense, that would be an aggravated felony. You got to be really concerned about pleading guilty to that type of offense if you're not a citizen of the United States of America. What state is this? Is this in Florida?
Florida, yes,
okay.
Sir.
You need a personal consultation because we got to see the actual section of law that they want you to plead guilty to. And any fraud in which the loss to the victim, and here the victim would be the state of Florida, is more than $10,000, that would be an aggravated felony and automatic deportation. So you got to be really concerned about all of this. And if you go to court tomorrow and your criminal defense lawyer or the judge says to you, you must plead guilty to this, you have every right in the world to tell the judge and your criminal defense attorney, I'm not pleading guilty to anything until I have a meeting with an immigration lawyer, not on a Brad Show Live, but in a personal one-on-one consultation.
What happens if I'm not plead guilty?
If you don't plead guilty, eventually there'll be a trial. And
yes.
If you're found guilty at trial, you probably go to jail and then get deported. And sometimes when the law's not on your side, you argue facts. Yes, this gentleman, Mr. Tan, did it. Nobody's saying he didn't do it. But he's got a family here. He's got a life here. He's got nowhere to go back home. If you make him plead guilty to this, there's a second punishment of him getting deported. Is this really justice, Mr. Tan getting deported for this? If he's willing to pay it all back and he takes, he says, I did it. He takes responsibility for what he's doing. He's, not going to do this again in the future, blah, blah, blah. His wife, kids, whatever you got. You gotta play the violins a little bit. You know what I mean? And get them to, that's what a criminal defense attorney does, and get them to, change their mind and say, hey, this is not a case where this man should get deported. But it all has to be done in criminal court, because once you plead guilty to an aggravated felony, there's nothing an immigration lawyer can say.
Okay.
Hold on.
All right.
You need help.